I got cheated on and feel like my world is crumbling. Hi, I 20 female currently am feeling the worst I've ever felt emotionally. Yesterday, my boyfriend 20 male of almost 4 years got back from visiting some friends at their college and had barely texted me during his tonight stay. He finally texts me once he gets home and says he has something to tell me. He made out with a random girl at a frat house the night before when he was drinking. He didn't even remember her name. I immediately told him I was coming over and I drove over crying the whole time. I just wanted to talk to him in person, so that I could end things. I said everything I felt like I needed to say along the lines of never in a million years would I have ever done this to you, and I hope this guilt keeps you up at night for a long time. There was lots of screaming, yelling, and crying from my end. I needed to show him how much it hurt. He's not good at showing emotions, but I could tell he was incredibly distraught and already so full of shame and guilt. He told me right away because he knew he couldn't deal with hiding it. He told me it wasn't my fault and accepted full responsibility. He kept saying the same things over and over again and has texted me 3 long paragraphs essentially repeating the same thing about how amazing I am and how he threw it all away. I have not responded because I am trying to be strong. I am not even considering staying with him because something similar but less significant happened a little over a year ago and I gave him a second chance. He blew it. The main reason why I came here is to ask for advice in this context. My parents' relationship has affected me very much in a negative way. They never got divorced due to financial reasons, but they are both terrible partners and have more toxic and healthy and mean behaviors between the two of them that I can count. I'm young and learning who I am and have discovered in this past relationship that the example my parents set had ingrained into me many negative behaviors in the context of a romantic relationship. I have been working on it and learning a lot about myself and had recently felt closer to my boyfriend than ever before as he supported me through that healing. Now, I've been cheated on sorta twice. Being cheated on has been my absolute biggest fear since starting this relationship. In relationships in general, I actually have had a couple dreams about him cheating in the past couple weeks, which wasn't entirely uncommon for me, but my worst fear came true and I feel so incredibly betrayed and feel like my world is crumbling. I know that will pass, but what I worry about is how to walk away from this without a whole new onset of personal issues with relationships. I don't want to become hardened to love, but I can feel myself leaning that way. I just keep screaming, why, into my pillow. I don't know how to recover from that betrayal and I want to heal in a way that means I'm not carrying this baggage directly into any future relationships, especially since I already had so much to work on because of the learned behaviors from my parents. What do I do? Is it even possible to completely heal from this? Story number 2. Am I a bad person? I cheated on my GF and instantly regretted it. I 20 cheated on my GF 21 about 5 months into our relationship. We've been together 10 months and it's been the best times of my life yet at the same time the hardest. We've had our ups and downs, but I absolutely love her and she loves me. I'm going to give a backstory first. She's been with a lot of guys before in comparison to how many girls I've been with. In fact, I lost my virginity to her. She's been through her immature phase and she just wants to be with someone. That someone is me, and we've hit it off ever since we met a few weeks before we became official. We were in a situationship of sorts. We'd always see each other hook up, but we were both scared of being in a relationship for different reasons. For me, because I was scared as I'd never been in one, and for her, because she'd been hurt before. I went away for a couple weeks with my family, and a few months into our relationship, she admitted that while I was away, we weren't official. Things just moved fast when I returned. She had sex with one of her exes, and what pissed me off was that I sent her money to go spend on drinks with her friends, and it clearly happened then. Since then, she removed him as soon as things became proper and hardly spoke to him since. One day we went to a restaurant and she seemed uncomfortable. She said she was scared to go, and the reason is because there was a group of guys and she had a sexual history with a few of them at school. Now, you can imagine how horrible all of this shit made me feel. My heart sunk considering I believe she's a great person. I love her so much. She's just had a troubled past, but I've helped her overcome so many things, helped her battle all her problems, and she's so happy with me. This shit made me so anxious. Every day I lived with the knowledge I have of her, knowing I'm head over heels for this girl. As the months pass on, the anxiety doesn't stop. It causes arguments. I felt so angered by everything, and because of my fucking immaturity. This is when the cheating happens. I find a girl on Instagram and get her Snapchat. We arrange to meet up, and I kiss her, and she blows me. Instant regret. The regret still follows me now. The anxiety that she could find out haunts me. It was stupid I did it. Because I've never experienced hardly anything in my life other than kissing a few girls before. I met my GF and I was annoyed at her actions just before we got into a relationship. Am I a bad person? This is eating me up so bad. We spend so much quality time together. Every seems right at the moment, but why did I do it? I just want someone to tell me I'm okay and it was a mistake. Because I haven't spoke to anyone about it, I can't, but I've always called cheaters great at dates, but what does that make me now? I truly only want to be with her. I would never do it again. Why did I do it? Can I overcome this? What should I do?